Today, we're embarking on a fascinating journey to explore the story of Krishna, one of Hinduism's most revered figures. First, we examine his birth, then his early life, and the underlying concept of monotheism within Hinduism. Often, when we discuss the unity of religion, we hear the argument that it's not possible because Hindus are seen as polytheist. But let's take a closer look at this perspective and see if it truly reflects the deeper, unifying principles at play. In the Baha'i view, all major religions share a common divine source and purpose. By understanding Krishna's story and the monotheistic aspects of Hindu belief, we'll see how this perspective aligns with the Baha'i principle of the oneness of religion. So, join me as we uncover how these ancient teachings reflect a universal truth that connects us all. For me personally, even though I read the Bhagavad Gita before embracing the Baha'i Faith and have revisited it many times, I still had some lingering questions, such as the birth of Krishna, his early life, his recognition of his station, and why he is portrayed as blue, and what's up with the sacred cows. This led me on an online journey to find some answers, and in this video, I'll share what I've discovered. As I'm not an expert on this topic, I encourage you to do your own research as well. So, let's weave the answers together, beginning with the birth of Krishna. Krishna, the eighth incarnation of the Lord Vishnu, was born in the town of Mathura. His birth was marked by divine intervention, as he came into the world to fulfill a prophecy to rid the kingdom of the tyrant king Kamsa. Kamsa, fearing the prophecy, imprisoned Krishna's parents. Despite Kamsa's attempts to thwart fate by killing each of Krishna's parents' children upon their birth, Krishna was born under extraordinary circumstances. On the night of Krishna's birth, the prison was filled with divine light, and the guards fell into a deep slumber. Guided by the divine instructions, Krishna's father carried the baby across the river to the safety of the town of Gokul, where he exchanged him with the newborn daughter of some cowherders. In Gokul, Krishna grew up under the loving care of Yashoda and Nanda, unaware of his divine heritage. From a young age, Krishna displayed remarkable traits and engaged in playful antics that endeared him to the villagers. He was known for his mischievous behavior, such as stealing butter and playing pranks on the cowherders. Krishna's love for cows was evident from his early years. He would often be seen herding cows with his friends through the lush pastures. His melodious flute playing enchanted both humans and animals alike. He understood the language of the cows and shared a deep bond with them, treating them with love and respect. Thus, in Hinduism, cows are revered as symbols of abundance, purity, and motherhood. They are considered sacred and are often associated with various deities, including Lord Krishna. The cow's milk, butter, and ghee are integral to Hindu rituals and ceremonies. Additionally, the cow is seen as a gentle and giving creature, embodying the divine qualities of selflessness and nourishment. Now, about Krishna's blue skin. One theory is that it represents his divine nature and transcendental beauty. The color blue is associated with the infinite and the divine in Hindu philosophy. It symbolizes transcendence, eternity, and the boundless expanse of the universe. By portraying Krishna with blue skin, artists and storytellers convey his divine essence and his role as a supreme being who transcends the limitations of the physical realm. Furthermore, Krishna's blue skin is often associated with his depiction as the Lord of compassion, love, and protection. It serves as a visual reminder of his divine attributes and his role as a guide and protector of devotees on their spiritual journey. Now let's turn our attention to monotheism within Hinduism. Those familiar with Christianity know the concept of the Trinity, often referred to as three gods in one. In Hinduism, there is also a trinity of sorts, called the Trimurti, and it incorporates three aspects of the ultimate reality of God, known as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And they are seen then as different facets or manifestations of a single ultimate reality, which is often referred to as Brahman. This view is rooted in the concept of non-dualism, which holds that the ultimate reality is one and indivisible, and that all distinctions between these three gods are merely illusions. This perspective is associated with the school of thought known as Advaita Vedanta, which was systematized by Adi Shankara in the 8th century of the current era. From this perspective, Brahma is seen as the creator, Vishnu as the preserver, and Shiva as the destroyer. However, these roles are not seen as separate and distinct entities, but rather as different aspects of the same ultimate reality. Brahman is often described as the unchanging, absolute reality that underlies all existence. It is said to be beyond human comprehension and cannot be described or limited by human language. The three gods are seen as emanations or manifestations of Brahman, each with their own specific role to play in the cosmic drama. In this view, the distinctions between Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are merely conceptual and not fundamental. They are seen as different facets of the same reality, like different aspects of a single diamond. Many Hindus believe that this understanding is supported by the Upanishads, which are ancient texts that form the foundation of Hindu philosophy. The Upanishads describe the ultimate reality as being beyond human comprehension and describe the various manifestations of this reality using metaphors and allegories. Thus, in summary, many Hindus view Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva as different aspects of a single manifestation of the ultimate reality, which is referred to as Brahman. Continuing in my quest, I posed the question whether or not Krishna also differentiated himself from the divine. And I got this answer. Yes, in Hindu sacred text, there are instances where Krishna speaks in a manner that seems to differentiate himself from Brahma. One such instance can be found in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna imparts spiritual wisdom to the warrior Arjuna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reveals his divine nature to Arjuna, explaining that while he is indeed the supreme reality, Brahma, he also possesses a personal form, Bhagavan. This distinction between the impersonal aspect, Brahman, and the personal aspect, Bhagavan, is significant in Hindu philosophy. For example, in chapter 9, verse 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, quote, "By me in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them." Unquote. Here Krishna suggests that although all beings exist within him, Brahman, he transcends them in his unmanifested form. This indicates a nuanced understanding of the relationship between the personal and impersonal aspects of divinity. Similarly, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks of himself as the Supreme Being who incarnates in various forms to uphold righteousness and to establish harmony in the universe. While Krishna emphasizes his divine nature, he also acknowledges the existence of the formless, attributeless Brahman beyond his personal manifestation. These teachings illustrate the complex theological concepts within Hinduism regarding the nature of divinity, which encompass simultaneously both the impersonal absolute Brahman and the personal aspect Bhagavan. The concept of divine incarnations in Hinduism suggests that while the divine essence may inhabit a human form, there's often a veil of human experience and limitation that accompanies it. This allows for the incarnation to live and interact with the world while not fully revealing their divine nature at all times. In the stories of Krishna's life, he displays human-like qualities, experiences emotions, and undergoes various life events just like other human beings. It's through pivotal moments, teachings, and divine interventions that the true nature of his divinity is revealed to those around him and to the reader or listener of the stories. This blending of the divine and human aspects allows for a deeper exploration of the concepts like devotion, righteousness, and the nature of reality within the context of human experience. It also serves to emphasize the idea of divine grace and intervention in the world, even amidst the complexities and challenges of human existence. This concept is expressed in chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness and an increase in unrighteousness, O Arjuna, at that time I manifest myself on earth, to protect the righteous, to annihilate the wicked, and to re-establish the principles of righteousness. I appear millennium after millennium. This teaching reflects the Hindu belief in the principle of avatarhood, where the divine descends into the world in various forms to fulfill specific purposes. Krishna's statement emphasizes the continuous nature of this divine intervention, occurring throughout history and across different cosmic cycles. It's worth noting that this teaching is not unique to the Bhagavad Gita, but is also found in other Hindu scriptures and traditions, further reinforcing the concept of divine grace and guidance in the ongoing struggle between good and evil. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching and listening. I'd like to point out again, I'm not an expert on Hinduism. I'm not a Hindu. I'm a Baha'i, but I don't claim to speak for other Baha'is. This is my own personal search after truth, and I hope that you'll do your own.